What's going on, guys? Welcome back to some daily content. Today we are going to be talking all about hang power cleans. It's a really important movement that I think will really set athletes apart in certain workouts depending upon how you do them. And a lot of people seem to think that your arm length plays a part in hang power cleans, and I kind of want to talk about that and then talk about ways to really learn how to cycle hang power cleans better. So, without further ado, let's actually jump right into the workout. I'll talk about it during the workout, and we'll actually talk about the workout itself. All right, so we're off in 3, 2, 1, getting it. What are we doing here? First of all, we're doing a really quick sprint with legless rope climbs and hang power cleans. We're doing 4 legless rope climbs, 20 hang power cleans, 3 legless rope climbs, 15 hang power cleans, 2 legless rope climbs, 10 hang power cleans, and finally 1 legless rope climb, and to finish off 5 hang power cleans. So it goes 4, 3, 2, 1 legless rope climbs, and 20, 15, 10, 5 of hang power cleans. The weight goes up as a hang power clean reps go down. So at the 20 rate, which we're gonna do after this last rep, we're gonna do at 155, and then the next weight's 185, then 205, and finally 5 at 225. So, really the point of discussion for this work I want to talk about is hang power cleans and how to cycle it better. And so, one good way, if you can't cycle hang power cleans really fast, and there's really 2 ways of doing a hang power clean. One is kind of the slide technique, where you'll see athletes pick it up and then kind of slide it down to maybe like an above the knee hang clean and then slide it into their pocket and go, which is fine, but it's going to be a lot slower. Now, granted, I use that technique if we're going to have to do like heavy hang power clean reps or heavy hang squat clean reps, right? So, for instance, at Pandaland, we had to do hang squat cleans up to like 315. Then I for sure did that slide technique. But if you've got the ability to cycle a light barbell and you're not really using a shorty bar, then I'd totally recommend doing a hang power clean technique I just used there, which is where I'm bouncing it off of your quads. So you might be asking yourself, okay, well, I don't know how to do that technique. How can I practice that? And so how I learned how to do a hang power clean technique early on was I actually started with a girl bar or with a trainer bar. Now, granted, if you're going to use a trainer bar, which is a 15-pound bar, you can't put a whole lot of weight on it because you'll actually end up like ruining the bar and bending it. So what you're going to need to do is grab yourself a bar that has a lot of whip in it. So usually a trainer bar or a girl bar. And then start with really light weight. Really light weight being like, if you're a male, maybe like 95 pounds. If you're a female, like 75 pounds, 55 pounds. And what you're going to have to learn to do is kind of bounce it off your quads. And it's going to be, honestly, in the beginning, kind of painful. And your quads are going to be sore because you're going to continually bang this weight off your quads. You're depending upon your quads coming through to really just bang the bar off of. So, one thing you're going to need to start to learn in the beginning is where your hand placement is going to be at. Because usually for a technique, for a standard for this movement is you need your arms locked out the bottom. So if you see me pick it up here, you're going to need your arms need to be locked out the bottom. So if you notice, the bottom, they need to be locked out. They can't be like extended up here. And what that inhibits you from doing is you can't just keep it in your pocket. Like, so if I could keep my arms bent at all times, I could just put it in my hip pocket and just go a lot faster. So your arms are going to need to be locked out the bottom. So what needs to happen is you're going to need to pick a place on your quads where you want that bar to go to, and now you're going to need to kind of adjust your hand placement. So if you're a really tall athlete or an athlete that has really long arms, so a good example is Andrew. Andrew, can't really do hang power clean technique that well because he's a little bit longer arms. So what he's had to do to fix that is widen his hands out a little bit wider than his preferable clean grip stance, because if he widens his grip out, it brings the bar higher up. So what was happening is his bar, if he holds it in his clean grip, is really low and it sits really close to his knees. And if the bar sits really close to your knees, you're not gonna be able to balance it very well. Bounce it off your quads because your quad has less meat there. So you're gonna need to bring it up to the meatier part of your quad. In order to do that, he has to widen his hands out. So that's one way of doing it. So if you're an athlete that has longer arms, or maybe has abnormally long legs or something of that nature, you're gonna need to change your hand placement around, kind of play with it a little bit to find out where that sweet spot is at. So that's really gonna change up and really affect you, like if you have to clean with it, like regular clean. So like for instance at Pandaland this past week or 2 weeks ago, we had to actually like clean and then hang clean with it, hang squat clean, but still hang clean. So for me, luckily, my clean grip is the same as my hang clean grip, right? Hang power clean grip where I'm gonna bounce it, which is lucky for me. But like for instance, for Andrew, if he's gonna have to normally like regularly clean and then hang power clean, he's gonna wanna change his grip up and shift it a little bit. So you have to just kind of learn where your grip's gonna be at for certain things or where you wanna bounce it at. So like I mentioned, in order to learn hang power clean technique, I totally recommend starting out with like a trainer bar, a trainer bar or a girl bar and some really, really light weight. And then just learning where that balance is at, just kind of playing around with where that is at and where you feel comfortable at, where your hands need to be at, and where they're at if you, considering you need to lock out. So have someone watch you and say, okay, that's a good spot. Your arm's locking out the bottom. That's a perfect spot. Do you feel comfortable there? No. Okay, then maybe widen or tighten your hands in and get to the point you want. So anyways, that's the workout, really fast workout. One thing I want to talk about at the end is scaling options. If you're doing this workout and you want to scale this workout, I highly recommend as a male, you scale down. So I'd say maybe your first weight at 20 pounds needs to be 95 pounds. So probably needs to go 95, 135, probably 165, 185 is a good scaling options weight. And then of course, if you don't have legless rope climbs, so the 4, the 3, the 2, and the 1, I would just say scale down to rope climbs. Just do 4, 3, 2, 1 of regular rope climbs and you still get yourself a really solid workout. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps out you as you're trying to obtain a good bouncing hang power clean. And hopefully you can get that. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.